Hey everyone, welcome back to Relate Right.
I'm Al.
And I'm Fab.
And here at Relate Right, we're all about relationships and helping you connect better with each other. And today's topic is never stay with someone like this. Relationships are supposed to give you joy, fulfillment, happiness. And if you're considering if you should move forward or if you should stay in a relationship, that's already a little bit of a red flag.
Yeah.
So we're here today to give you some factors that you should take into account when you're making this crucial decision for your future and for your life. Because the person you choose to spend your life with impacts everything around you. So the first thing that I would say is if your partner isn't communicating with you, isn't honest in their communication with you, if they don't seem to trust to be able to tell you things or they don't express themselves to you, if they can't communicate with you, that's a really, really big factor in whether you should move forward or not.
Yeah, if they can communicate, if they can communicate with you, or also because I say that as well, you don't need to be a professional of communication. You don't need to be a speaker when you are in a relationship.
Yes.
But at least, even if your partner, when your partner is better, at least you're open to listen.
Yes.
You're open to understand when you make a mistake. If your partner can't do this while he's not good in communicate, then yes, you should take this in consideration seriously. Because if he's not open mind to learn, where are you going? Where are you going? All argue will never have a hand.
Yes.
Because you will never understand each other.
Yep. And communication is not just talking. It's listening. It's understanding.
Exactly.
It's asking questions. It's all of the above. It's even nonverbal.
Yeah.
It's gestures. It's how they respond to you, their mannerisms, how they even look at you.
Totally.
You know, it's all of that is communication. Yeah. And if you're not on the same wavelength, if you're not able to understand each other, you really need to consider it.
Exactly.
If you think about this, I've seen so many couples do this, and they'll be arguing, but they'll be arguing about two different things.
Yep.
Two different things. They think they're arguing about the same thing. But it's two completely different viewpoints, and they're not meeting each other. They're parallel. They're completely different.
Yeah. That's why you said when you are with someone, that should be one of your first things to watch as well. And first thing to realize is that, are we understand each other?
Yes.
Did he or she understand me? Is the trouble that we have come to a hand at the end of the story? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because if you don't understand, you'll never figure it out.
Exactly.
You'll never, and it will actually build some sort of resentment toward each other because you're thinking it's over and it's not over.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
So
that's so true.
Communication is a foundation of a relationship. And if you can't get that right, if you aren't even willing to work on it,
that's a no.
Exactly. Another thing to watch out for is if your partner has completely different goals from you, a completely different vision, or a completely different view on life, or different morals. You know, these key fundamental traits, key fundamental, I guess, ways of thinking, they need to be aligned.
Totally. You don't need to love the same things.
Exactly.
You need to have some similarity, but you don't need to love the same thing. You don't need to have the same goal.
Yeah.
You know, I like blue. You like yellow.
Yep.
But we both like colors.
Exactly.
You know, it's just an example.
Right.
So you don't need to be on the same all the time, the same.
Yeah.
The same goal and things like that. That's okay. But ethical vision vision that where you want to go, how you see the future.
Yeah.
You know, how you see the future together, where you want, how you want to educate your child,
Yeah.
all these type of things. You know, if your partner is really far away from what you believe, you know, from what you think it's good or not, from what
Yes.
you know, even for you, it's gonna be strange. It's gonna be I won't say painful, but it's gonna be painful because there is two choice. Or you stay with your value and your ethical
Yes.
sense, you know, and you stay with you. Like I want to say you stay with you and you say that's not what that's not what I view the things. That's not how I think it's good to do that
Yeah.
or this. Or you become submissive and you decide to put all these things, ethical vision, goals away to just follow.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. So as we are talking of someone who should definitely make a choice, I think when you don't have this and your partner and this partner is too far away
Yeah.
in each of these different type of vision, ethical and
Categories, yeah.
goals, you need to go. I mean, I think it cannot work.
No,
cannot
it
work.
can't.
It
It
cannot
cannot.
work.
100%. If you are constantly compromising yourself, your essence, your beliefs, if you are making yourself almost invisible because your goals are not aligned,
Yeah.
you just need to go.
Also, one is too far away from everything, goals, ethical vision, it's going to become an enemy for your
Yes.
goals. It's going to become an enemy for what you strive for. You know? It's really painful. This is painful when your partner become an enemy to your goal, to your vision, to your things because
Well,
you
yeah,
don't have the same.
if you have a big goal, if you have
Yeah.
a big dream
Yeah.
and you are trying to get ahead and your partner is actually a roadblock because they're not on the same wavelength,
Yeah.
then that does become really painful. And again, you can grow resentful of them because you will somehow internally blame them for maybe not succeeding or for any issues that come up later down the line. So
Exactly. But when I say, just to come back on it, because I think it's really important, when I say it can become an enemies, it's because as he's so far away from your goals, maybe he's against, compared to his belief,
right.
he's against your goal.
Yeah, it's
You
possible.
know, because his belief is so far away from you
yes.
that finally the thing that you think for him, it's not that, it's the contrary. You
Right.
know, so then he become an enemy. He's gonna make you think that what you do is not good.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
that's in that way that he can become an enemy or she.
Another really big factor is if your partner is consistently having money problems, financial issues. If they are either too frivolous with their spending, for example, or
Yeah.
not respecting your money that you guys make together, or on the other hand, if they are not bringing enough to the table, if they are constantly between, jobs, if they're, it's more so, everybody can be in a bad situation, don't get me wrong, but like, if you start to feel like they're leeching and you are the only one who's providing and they're just sitting there doing nothing, right? Because look, there's plenty of relationships where there's stay-at-home moms or stay-at-home dads who, being at home is a full-time job.
Yeah.
One that you would pay somebody else to do, by the way, if you were working. So it's a full-time job. But if they're there doing absolutely nothing and constantly causing financial issues in your relationship, that's a really vital thing to consider.
If me, I'm working, and we define that we have different role in our relationship, you know.
Yeah.
So you probably take care of the house and the child, and me, I'm going to work and
Yeah.
things like that. Okay. But we have a goal.
Yeah.
Okay. That means if you take all the money that I'm working on, you know, and you do your life
Right.
on the side, that means you don't care about our goal.
That's right.
Do you respect me? I don't know. You know, that's just an example. But for me, when you're in a relationship, financial should not be a problem.
No.
Financial should not be something that you talk about in this way, like, I paid this last time, that's your turn. Why you don't pay this bill? You have another account somewhere while you are in a relationship, and your partner don't know, or the partner that you are with have an account, and you don't know, and you realize it after. All these type of things. As the financial aspect is a way for you and your partner to have a comfortable life, I would say, then if you have trouble with that, if you have no trust, if there is always some things, if you are not together like a team, even your account is not like is divide, it cannot work. It cannot work. It's always a problem because it's a stressful thinking. The money is how you can be comfortable. The money is how you give your child, if you have child, food, education, things like that.
You have to move as a unit. You're a unit. If you're in a relationship, you are a unit, and you have to move as such. Look, everybody has their own goals. They can have their own goals. They could be saving for a
Exactly.
trip or saving for something.
Yeah.
But when it's a situation where you have to keep a secret because you have some sort of fear
Yeah.
about this person, that's definitely a red flag. That's definitely something to consider.
Exactly. To consider 100%. 100%. For me, it cannot work.
Right.
If you have to talk about money, if you don't talk about money, like, okay, how much we're gonna put on the side for next year's? Okay, we want to do this business. How much we need? All these things. If you don't talk like that about growing or things like that about financial aspect, and it's all the things that I talked before, no, it cannot work. It'll never work.
Yeah.
You always gonna have fear. You always gonna have trouble in your mind as well. So, nah.
If your partner is constantly arguing with you about the same thing, or if you're constantly having to argue with them about the same thing and remind them about the same thing, and there's never any resolution.
Yeah.
So that is another reason why you shouldn't stay with that person.
Yeah, totally. Listen, we are not on Earth for 2,000 years. I already say that. So this type of things, arguing for the same things all the time, arguing on top of it for small problems, you can just talk about it in 2 minutes, who can be resolved also.
Yeah.
All these type of things. I don't think you should lose time with that. I don't think we should lose time. The relationship is so complex as well. The relationship, it's work all the time.
Yeah.
Even if you are enjoying life, it's a work because you need to do it to go further in a relationship. If you are all the time arguing for the same issue over and over and over and over, even you at one point, you're gonna be tired. Your brain gonna be tired. You're gonna have less patience with all those the next trouble who's gonna come. Because as you are fighting for the same issue, there is others coming.
Yeah.
It's
piling up. One of the best ways, as you're talking, one of the best ways to see if you are compatible with somebody or if you should stay with somebody is to understand how you both argue. If that person is bringing out the worst in you, that person is not for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are just people who are not for you.
True.
If the person you are with can argue in a healthy way, there's no screaming, there's no emotional abuse, no violence. Of course, never any violence. Don't do violence. Violence is a one and done. But when you can argue with your partner and they bring the calm in you, that is your person.
Yeah. Yeah.
If that person lights your fire in an argument and you become explosive, if you get out of character,
yeah,
that person is not for you.
Yeah, exactly. If you try to talk about secret that you tell him and bring him back in the argue, if you try to do all this type of thing that he knows exactly you're gonna trigger you in it deeply.
Yes.
That's not. You should directly make a move.
See you later.
Exactly.
never.
Yeah, she never. Yeah, that's another one as well. If you can't trust your partner because of past history,
Yeah.
cheating
Yeah.
or whatever, listen. If we talk about that now, it's because you decide to move forward. But if you can decide to move forward and still feel that the thing is not like before, you don't trust it.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes, of course, you have a life together, child, houses, where you live, the location, your job, all these things you take in consideration. That's why sometimes you're here and you're like, it's not worth it to let all these things go, you know? But inside you, you know that you can't trust your partner anymore. You know that when because of what he did before or she did before, you always gonna question his truth.
Right.
You always gonna see you're gonna watch the phone.
Right.
You're gonna watch the things. You're gonna see in the car that there is less fuel than you know. You can become crazy
Yeah.
because of what's happened before. It's a trauma who's still there. When
Yeah.
the trauma is still there, if you cannot fix this trauma, I don't think you can fix the relation. I don't think you can fix the relation.
No.
And that's why if you have a partner that you can't trust because of what he did before, I don't think it won't work. And I'm sure, it's not I don't think, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
It's not going to work because whether you like it or not, there's going to be some sort of resentment building up inside you, especially if you're still suspicious.
Yeah.
Especially if you still think there's stuff going on or that they're capable of repeating the issue. Because now, of course, if they've done it before, they can do it again.
And again and again.
Right. So definitely something to look out for. Do you think that a relationship can recover after infidelity? We have a podcast about it, by the way.
We have a full podcast about it. So please go check it.
Absolutely.
To answer this question, you know, if you answer me, I would say he can't. I would say he can't because the cheating act, it's already it's the bigger mistake that you can do. I mean, there is other mistake, violence and things like that.
Course.
But when you cheat, you break some things.
Yeah.
You break some things who cannot be rebuilt like before.
Yes.
You know? On top of it, there is different type of cheating.
Yeah, of
on
course.
top of it.
Yeah.
But if we talk generally, I don't think you can. Because like I talked before, you leave a trauma in your partner. You leave this trauma. Even if you decide to move forward,
Yes.
the trauma is there.
Yes.
You cannot cancel it just like that. It take maybe years, but even when it take years, even like sometimes we talk about it, even the one who did the act of cheating, as it takes so many years to prove that even if you wanted to now be a trustable, it takes so much time for you to prove it that even you're gonna be tired to prove.
Right.
You're gonna be tired.
You're gonna be like, get over it already.
You know.
Right.
You know. So for the both side, I don't think it's gonna work. And also, I think a lot of people as well, when I say lie to themselves, they don't listen themselves purposely because it's too painful, because there is the whole life with his partner, because of whatever. You decide to don't listen because you know inside you that it's never gonna be the same anymore. You know when you touch, when you kiss, when you do things, it's not like before, and it's not gonna because something's broke, you know. So I don't think for the real part, to answer this question like a real man, no.
Another type of partner that you shouldn't stay with is someone who is continuously creating obstacles for you and making you prove your love to them. Someone who makes it hard to love them and someone who makes you feel like you're not doing enough. You're not enough and you're not doing enough.
Insecurity plus. I mean,
Yeah.
if you didn't do anything like cheating. You didn't betray
Yeah.
your partner. You didn't do nothing. But you constantly have to prove.
Yes.
You constantly have to show that nothing's happened when you went out,
Right.
like your phone, like some
Yeah.
things, those type of partner who will ask you questions and things like that. Sometimes I realize that as well. It's because they have
It's an
to reproach
insecurity. Yeah.
to reproach themselves some things.
Ah, I see what you're saying.
You
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah. Yeah, it's a guilty conscience.
Exactly.
They're asking because they're doing.
Yeah, not always the case, of
Yeah,
course.
of course, of course.
But I realize that there's some things when you know how to do some things and you did it.
Yeah.
After, when you are with your partner, you are focused on some type of things that you're like, oh, maybe she do that as well, Maybe she's doing it. Maybe, you become even paranoid. So there is insecurity, there is paranoia, there is all these things who come with. Can you stay with someone like that? I don't think so.
No, you can't. You can't.
I don't think so.
It's not even just about cheating, though.
No, yeah, true.
It's the language that they're using. If you loved me, you wouldn't do this.
You wouldn't do this, yeah.
If you loved me, you would do it this way. If you loved me, you wouldn't say that. If you loved me, you wouldn't wear that. If you loved me, you would stay home. You know what I mean? It's all of those different things that are kind of like making you feel guilty for being yourself, or making you feel guilty for the choices that you made for yourself, and kind of diverting everything to be about the other person. Yeah. So if you're feeling like this sounds familiar in your relationship, you need to take a good, long, hard look at what your relationship is really about and if you're truly happy. Because I don't know anybody that would be happy in a constant state of worrying and a constant state of thinking, if I do this, then they're going to get mad. Yep. And then if I don't do this, then they're going to get mad. And, because that's how your brain starts to work. Yeah. And if you find yourself constantly second guessing yourself and the next move that you're going to make in a relationship, if you can't be yourself authentically, then you need to go.
Of course. I mean, you're not yourself. Why staying somewhere that you're not, somewhere that it's not you?
Yeah.
How can you?
Don't ever be anywhere where you're not accepted. And this concludes never stay with someone like this. Let us know if any of this made you think twice. Let us know if you've had an experience like this in your past relationship and you've left. Yep. Just talk to us. Leave a comment. Subscribe.
Exactly. All platforms. I already told you that. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. We are here to stay, guys.
Relate right.
Relate right.